Welcome to episode 7 of AFC FYLDE Still We Rise here on Football Manager 2020. In our standing agenda item of correcting any mistakes from the previous episode, I can confirm that Andy Taylor was signed by Dave Challoner just days before he was sacked back in October. So I was right to be unsure. He's since gone on to establish his position at left back under Jim Bentley. Previously, Taylor appeared for the likes of Tranmere Rovers, Sheffield United, Walsall and Blackpool, amongst other clubs, in what has been a 16-year career. You have missed 3 games played on my own time, so here's a recap. Prior to the Boreham Wood game, we suffered 2 new injuries. Nick Horton suffered a pulled abdominal muscle. That would keep him out for 3 weeks, and central defender Neil Byrne had a tight thigh. I'm not blaming Wes Brown this time. All I will say is that we seem to be suffering injury after injury in training since he arrived at the club as a coach. Is there a correlation? You decide. Despite the injury concerns, we went through Boreham Wood like salt through a widowed woman. Jamie Proctor stuck away a penalty after he was fouled by Shebu. Kyle Jameson continued his goal-scoring form. He headed home a free kick from Tom Walker at the edge of the box, and then Walker himself rounded off the win early in the second half with his first goal for AFC FYLDE. A header from the cutting in from the penalty spot. We did pick up knocks to both Andy Taylor and Jordan Williams, so that was frustrating, compounded by Andy Kellett coming down with a virus just days later, and Kellett would have been the ready-made replacement for Taylor at left back. Luckily, both players, Taylor and Williams, were able to play in what turned out to be an absolute thriller at Mill Farm featuring our opponents Maidenhead. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way. Maidenhead were far more clinical in a 7-goal game, but the pick of the FYLDE goals came from Tom Walker. Here he is cutting in from the edge of the box, firing home past Aspie Hammond. And then we have Mark Yeats. He finished with a low strike from the edge of the box. That's what you want to see, underneath the goalkeeper. And you can see there, collecting the ball. The only problem is we had gone behind. Maidenhead had gone too far in front with Davis and Upwood on the 73rd and 74th minute. If you turned up for that game at Mill Farm, you were getting your money's worth for sure. Things did turn around for the visit to Eastleigh, who have a fantastic new badge, so do check that out on social media. Tom Walker missed out through injury, but we were on the right side of the 4-3 scoreline this time. The pick of the goals came from Neil Byrne, which I'll show in a second, and Jamie Proctor's second goal. Let's have a quick look at Jamie's. I've slowed things down here and you'll see why, because Neil Byrne, on his goal, he just needs an eye on him just to see what's going on. Williams with the strike, that's blocked. Proctor there, sweeping home. But Neil Byrne's goal, see if you can see him here. Get his head on the ball. This is Neil Byrne. Right on the goal line, Jameson with a header, and Byrne basically is in the way but manages to direct it into the goal. It was a late one from Jordan Williams that secured all 3 points in the end. The 87th minute, it looked like we were only going to get a draw out of it. Kozolow's cross is cleared, Crowsdale recycles, Kozolow low into the box, and Jordan Williams just pulls off the back of the right back to finish, and there's a little bit of a chicken dance to celebrate. Why not? Our next game is against Sutton United. and this should be something of a home banker. Sutton are 23rd on the ladder, having won their opening game of the season at Gander Green Lane, which is a great name for a stadium. They played Dover that day, but have since gone on to lose their last 4 on the bounce. Down here, 23rd now. Let's have a quick look at their results. As you can see, they have conceded 16 goals in losing that last 4 games. For any mathematicians out there, that's an average of 4 per game. They lost their last away fixture, 6-0, here at Hartlepool. We are currently 5th, but we have this game in hand, thanks to the BT Sport cameras being in attendance. That means I'm rubbing shoulders with the likes of Matt Smith, Adam Virgo, and possibly even Grant Holt. We're only 2 points off Ebbsfleet at the top, so a win sees us head to the summit. The irony, of course, being that FYLDE's fate this season will be determined over the next few days. There is reportedly a vote on whether PPG, points per game, will be utilised for the remainder of the season, and as such, only one team will be relegated in that proposal from the Vanarama National League, which looks to be Chorley. They'll go into the National League North, and FYLDE, who are only 1 place above. So in reality, as you can see here, the bottom 3 would go down. Sutton are exactly where FYLDE are. FYLDE will be given a reprieve, as will the likes of Ebbsfleet and Maidenhead, I believe, which is a controversial proposal, but it is being voted for at the minute. Under the points per game system, Stockport, who are 7th in the actual table currently, would drop out. Barnet, who had some problems with their pitch, FYLDE being no stranger to that, Barnet would move into the playoffs from quite far back. I think it's 11th, I'm not entirely certain about that. So it is something that is evoking quite a lot of discussion on social media, as you can imagine, with different fans of the teams offering their opinions about how tough it is on some clubs, including those, I believe it is in the National League. It's either north or south. I'm trying to work out where they are. I believe York City would not make promotion based on points per game. So it is a really tough way of deciding the league. I'm not going to give an opinion on it. I mean, FYLDE are getting away with one here, but they would look at it and say we won 2 of the last 3 and drawn the other one, so we were in some good form. Only, I think it was 5 points back with a game in hand on the team in safety. It's one for a lot cleverer people than me to justify and argue about at the National League level. So let's check our quick check of our tactics before we head into the game. It is our regular lineup here. Walker is back from his injury that he suffered. It was Boreham Wood he missed out on. The only concerning thing I've got really is that a few of the lads are suffering from fitness problems. Kurt Willoughby, who hasn't been near the first team and has been getting a bit of action in the under 23 and under 18s team, isn't fit. Lewis Montrose is only coming back. Sam Hornby, 51% sharpness. Let's hope we don't need to call on him. In fact, I'm not going to risk him, to be honest. Yeah, that's Sam. I'm going to swap him out for Dan Labacombe, who looks like he could go at a moment's notice. Andy Kellett there, who did have a virus, has only just come back from injury. These are the results for the other games that took place earlier today. As you can see, Stockport getting a win away at Bromley. Chorley with the draw against Maidenhead. Big wins for Dover, Torquay and Yeovil, back on track, still down in 22nd, but with a win under their belts against Eastleigh. Barnet up to 2nd with their win away at Wrexham. So here we go. FYLDE favourites, recent form strong. Sutton's is poor. And away we go. It is quite a surprise how we've started so well. I didn't expect us to be at the top of the league considering the team that we've got so early on. I expected this to be a tough season and probably needing some reinforcements in January. Wayne Brown is missing for Sutton. Jamie Proctor expected to be a key man for FYLDE. Now, we never get any green at the start of the game. Go on then, Kenny. Oh, he's done it. He's cracked it. 4 motivated players. Let's go off to the tunnel. No shortage of media interest with cameras. I don't have any concerns about our players. Not complacency. How useful is Matty Kozolow's versatility? He's a bit like a Swiss Army knife. He makes us stronger. Kyle Jameson, yeah, we have been indebted to him recently for his goals. I refuse to answer questions like this. I think it's unfair to single out players in such a manner and shows a lack of class. Completely agree with that. Let's focus on the players that we've got. Sutton United get us underway. They are in the yellow and brown. Black, brown. Early attack. I think the key would be here to get a goal fairly early, and that will then put them under pressure considering that they've conceded so many in recent weeks. Eastman has taken a bit of a knock early doors. FYLDE physical play causing that one. We've got Williams on the left here. Taylor's overlapping. Can he get the cross in? No. It's all the way back to Kyle Jameson, who sweeps up, and away we go again with Kozolow beating his man. Can he get the ball in? Oh, Proctor not quite there. That's the sort of attack we need. Proctor again on the ball. Crowsdale. It goes out wide and is put behind for a corner. We usually do alright from corners. Let's see if we get anywhere. That's another corner kick. Brothers is going to take this one. Dan Bradley over there. And there you go. Kyle Jameson. Another goal from a corner. Here we are from the camera behind the goal. I always like to see this one. Yep, he gets up well. Heads home. It's that simple. 12 minutes on the clock. FYLDE moved up to first position, and I did say it would be important for us to get that early goal. They're still persisting with Eastman on the pitch, even though he is recovering slightly. I do like the way that some players, when they take a bit of a knock, they seem to spend a bit of time recovering before then they start dipping back down in terms of condition. 5 shots on goal, 2 on target, nothing for Sutton so far, despite them playing 2 strikers. They've got a very flat, the Mike Bassett special, 4-4-2. Is it outdated against, there you go, outdated against a 4-3-3, a fluid, moving, wide tactical approach. We've got Walker with the ball, right over the top to Taylor, Oh, he's got so much time and space out there. He can make a phone call. 2 defenders on the score sheet. Andy Taylor, who we talked about at the start of the episode. Maybe that's the secret. We'll have to start talking about one player at the start of every episode in the hope that they then go on to score. And I look quite good for having talked about him already. Taylor with the delivery now. Not quite there from Neil Byrne. But we're knocking at the door. And it's another attack. This is going far too well. Walker doing well to get in the box there, but not quite finishing it off. A tame effort. He's registered 1 assist so far, as has Dan Bradley in the other midfield role. 10 shots on goal now, and nothing for Sutton. It always makes me nervous. Another corner causing problems, creating a bit of havoc in the box. That's what we want to do with those corner deliveries. It always makes me a little bit uneasy when a team hasn't had a shot on goal going this far into the game, because guaranteed it usually means that their first effort is going to be a goal. Don't know how or why it works out like that, but it does. Another corner, and Sutton are having problems. This is a tip for any lower league manager, actually any football manager. Sort your set pieces out. A lot of people just sort of leave them and let the players work it out for themselves. I don't let the players work anything out for themselves. They will do exactly what they're told. Expect to prove a point today? No, I think I'm pleased with their performance. That's how you get some green on the board. But let's just freshen things up. So, Tom Walker has only just come back from injury. But I'm not going to take him off. In fact, I'm going to leave things as they are for now. Let's not tinker where we don't need to. We'll give our quick demand more shout. And away we go. Sutton with early possession. We need to force them into a long ball, just like that we can challenge for. Crowsdale with a good tackle. He's a very good player. He's one of the reasons I'm not too worried. Oh, Kozolo goes close. But nobody was following up. I think that is one of the issues I have with Jamie Proctor. He's not going to get in behind. He's not that sort of player. He's not running in and getting on the end of the rebound like that, when he really should be. Sutton are making early changes. That's a sign of a manager who is not impressed. That should have been a goal as well for Kozlo. Unmarked in the middle of the box. And they clear the corner. I mean, this is one-way traffic, isn't it? But Jarvis has got away here. He's surrounded by, must have been 8 of our players, but still managed to get a shot away. Impressive, but nowhere near the goal. Sutton have now switched their formation, as you can see. It's now a 4-1-3-1-1. Strange. You want players to get forward. They're obviously trying to get some possession and get a foot on the ball. But Neil Byrne, it's another corner. Tom Walker with the delivery. And Neil Byrne, he's surrounded by 2 Sutton players. There's Jordan Williams there on the line, but still manages to get the ball through. Let's pause the game to have a quick look at a substitute. Tom Walker's played well for us. We're going to bring him off for Mark Yates. Now, Yates isn't brilliant at that role, but he's a bit of a Swiss Army knife. I forget what they were saying about Kozolo before. He's just a winger. Mark Yates can play right across the midfield and do a decent job, as we saw with his goal in the previous game. Proctor hasn't had the best of games. I'm going to let Phyllis Kirk have a bit of a go. Let's see if he's an advanced forward role gives him a bit of a better option to get at what is obviously a flagging Sutton defence. Yates getting straight into the thick of the action. Burke over the top. Phyllis Kirk shoots. I think that was going wide. Let's not get excited about that one. I mean, at this point, I'll be disappointed if we don't score 4 goals. But we do have a free kick edge of the box. No highlight from that one. Obviously, it wasn't a decent delivery from Walker, I believe it would be out there. Sutton has, as I said, conceded 4 goals on average in each of their last 4 games. So they are leaky at the back. Taylor with a long throw in this time, cleared, and Sutton have an attack through Jarvis. Jameson, well, he went through him like he wasn't there. You do not dive in. And this is going to set Sutton up to have an attack. Montgomery just slowing things down before we go out wide again. Kozolo inside. Bradders. And this is the danger. We should have seen that one coming. So we're just going to quickly change the tactics over. Out of possession. We are on a much higher line. We're going to drop that back. And we're going to take our use of the offside trap off. While we're here, let's ask Neil Byrne to just man mark Jarvis, who seems to be getting some success running in behind when long balls are played up. It is his 3rd of the season. As you can see, if you look at him there on the halfway line, he just looks uninterested and then suddenly switches on. He's around the middle through our 2 defenders and beats Montgomery. I mean, I can see Montgomery there extending his arms. I agree completely, my friend. Sutton with another attack. They've just come alive now. First hour, not a peep out of them as an attacking force. Now they've picked things up. But that is a little bit aimless. And we should. There's no reason why we shouldn't see this out. So let's just change our intentions. We go defensive. We're just going to see the game out. So, low tempo, time wasting, up. Don't run at the defence. Be more disciplined. Pass to feet. No overlaps. Not looking for you to play out or work the ball into the box. Attacking width, very narrow. And what we'll do is give it a couple of minutes and then make our last change just to waste a bit more time because we really want to secure these 3 points. In front of the BT Sport cameras, this will take us to the top of the league. And we'll just give young Russell Knowles a run out at right back. Luke Burke's played well for his 7.0 average rating. It's better than Kozolo or Williams. The 2 wingers haven't really made an impact. Kozolo's had a lot of the ball, a lot of chances to get a shot off, get in on the right. Hasn't really hit his straps here. And we're now less than 10 seconds from the end of the game. Montgomery, hold it up there, son. Take it easy. That's it. And the whistle goes for full time. FYLDE move to the top of the league, 20 shots to 5. That will do for me nicely. Kenny can't think of anything to say. He's obviously overcome. I'm very pleased with the result and the performance. More green, that's what we want. We'll have a quick look at the National League table. Here we are. FYLDE top of the league, 15 points from 5 wins. The one loss, of course, being that one to Maidenhead in the 4-3. Our goal difference is 8, only bettered by FYLDE. Both FYLDE and Barnet are yet to lose a game. Nobody's yet to win one. Everybody's at least got one win on the board. That includes Sutton, of course, their first day win, and Boreham Wood, who I think are a lot better team than have demonstrated so far. In terms of our next episode, surely at home's a big one. Local team, it probably should be that one, shouldn't it? After that, I would like to show Woking because Dave Tarpey is up front for Woking and I've got a lot of time for him, but we'll probably then skip ahead to either Yeovil or Harrogate, probably Harrogate at the end of September. So yeah, I'll skip over the Dover game off camera, and then we'll play Chorley in episode 8. Chorley so far are 15th. I think they've been quite inconsistent. Yeah, as you can see, loss, win, loss, loss, win, draw. They play Bromley before they play us. And Bromley, 14th, could go either way. They are the team that, of course, lost to Stockport, but do have Billy Bingham in their ranks. He is said to be one of the top players in the National League. So thank you for being with us for episode 7. Join us next time when we welcome our local rivals, Chorley, to Mill Farm.